Good evening, respected viewers. So, in the last session, we learned about how to read a research article, right? So, in this lecture, we are going to discuss about how to identify the research objectives. So, before going to the actual content, we go for the outline of today's presentation. So, first of all, you must know what is a research objective. So, that is the first agenda of today session. So, importance of research objectives and research, how to start with a research problem, and literature review insights. What is the importance of literature review, right? So that means that if I was not done the literature review, but I want to find research objectives, whether it is possible or not, that we will discuss in the importance of literature review. Align with the research question, characteristics of good research objectives, right? At the end of today's session, we will discuss about the examples of research objectives, right? So next, what is a research objective? First point. So research objective is a clear and precise statement. It is a very clear and precise statement that will describe the what is the research want to do, what is the research should achieve. So that is the main research objectives. We can say simply, it is a one statement, one clear precise statement, what is the research want to do actually. So that is a research objectives, and what it will do, it will translate the research problem into the actionable goals. So that means that what it will do, this we will discuss just now. Research objective is a one clear statement, right? Clear statement, what is the aim of the statement, right? So here it is a problem into actionable goals. That means that if it is a one statement, it converted into actionable goals like in a phase by phase. Like for example, if you are having problem is having very big task, so we can solve that big task into the small sub problems. So that is a actionable goals. So what it will do, that research objective, it will guide you research design and methodology and analysis. That means that this research objectives will guide you what type of methodology you are going to use, what kind of analysis you are going to use. So these research objective guide the researcher what to do. So that is the intention of research objective, and at the end it will help you to evaluate whether research outcomes are achieved or not. So that means that this research objective will help the researcher to evaluate the research outcome, whether it is achieved or not, on the basis of some scientific evaluation. So that we will discuss in the what is scientific evaluation in upcoming videos. So we can say simply, what is the research objective? It is a one clear statement what you want to do in a research. So that is a research objectives, right? So next point, importance of research objectives. What is the significance of these research objectives? So what is the need actually? Why it is compulsory? What is the importance? So what it will do? It will provide the clear direction of research study. So that means that any research problem have several dimensions, right? In a several dimensions, we cannot explore the all dimensions. So that's why what it will do, this research objective will give the direction, which type of dimensions you have to explore it in a significant way or productive way. So that means that it will give some idea to stay in your scope. So that means that it will be give way to focus, and it will give scope to your simply we can say you should be controlled to the your research. You should not go beyond your research behind your scope. So that will give, and it will give the selection of methodology and tools. So that means that based on your research objective, it will guide you what kind of simulation tools, what kind of models, what kind of methodology, what kind of parametrics you are going to use to achieve. That means that it will guide you. The research objectives will guide you to what kind of methodology you can use. So this is the importance of research objectives, and it is a serve as a criteria to measure a research success. So these research objective, it will serve the research success. That means that whether it is completed or not. So next, so you got an idea. So what is the significance of literature review? So what is the importance? So that one we will discuss. So what it will do is, so you may get some idea. Sir, I got some idea of some research problem without doing any literature. So you cannot do that one, because of until unless you thoroughly aware about literature, then only you can form the research objectives. What will come in? We will discuss in this one. What is the importance of literature? So what it will do? It will examine the existing theories and model and methods. So that means that it will examine whether it is this kind of problem is already solved or not. What kind of models, what kind of methodology they used in an existing system. So that is that will give the clear idea to how to form a research objective. You take the one example, without doing any research, you find a research objective, but that problem may be someone else already solved. So that is a waste of your time. So doing a proper literature survey is important. So next one is identify the research gap and unsolved issues. Now that means that what is the need of doing literature? You have to identify the research gap. Where is the research gap is there? Where is a unsolved there is any unsolved issues are there or not? So that it will give the insights about literature. So next one, it will give the limitations of prior study. So that means that when you are doing literature, you may get some limitations, right? So that means that if you want to explore the some dimension of particular research concepts, so you must aware the what is the limitations of particular research. So if you do prior research, you should have some idea. That means that this kind of analysis is not at all possible. So this is the limitation of this problem because of this existing architecture, something like that. So you will get some idea. So next are the it can give the observation of research emerging dimensions or directions. So that means that it will give a thorough observation of what is the emerging research directions. So that means that what kind of research is currently going on, what kind of existing works is currently running, so that we can explore in their overview. So that's they will give the insights in the literature. So this is about significance of literature survey. Third one, start with a research problem. So it will identify the clear specific problem to the chosen domain. So one more thing here, if you choose in some research problem, that problem you must start within your domain. You should not deviate from your domain. Whatever research you are going to start, you will be stick to your research domain. You should not be go to the other domain. So that is a point number 1. So next point, ensure the problem address a real research gap or practical need. So that means that you should be ensure that that problem should be address the real research gap or practical need. So that means that it should be it is, we can say simply, it is a kind of societal benefit. It should not be like something which is not useful at all. So that kind of research and nowhere not recommendable in PhD duration. So next one, when you define any research problem, so you should have some scope and boundary of the your particular study. For example, you define some problem, but you don't know the boundary or limitations of the problem. It will not possible that kind of research. So better to know the limitations of scope when you are starting your research problem. So that research problem should be aligned with the existing literature. So that means that if you don't have any literature, it naturally it will not exist, but whatever research objective you are proposing, that should be aligned with current literature. It should not be like someone is already past done, or it may be upcoming, maybe 30 years, 40 years, maybe boom. It won't be like that. It should be current trend. So that these kind of things will be help you to found the research problem. So this problem statement is foundation for objectives. So next one, align with research question. So convert your research question into the clear objective. So if you may have some questions, what to do, what not to do, this is my research question, that should be convertible into the clear objective. That objective directly adjusts to the research question. That means that you form the one research question, you form one objective, but that research objective is not fulfilling the research question. It is not the correct way. What is the research question you have? If you have a research objective, it should be map. So it is not completely deviating from research question to the research objective. It should be map, right? Maintain one-to-one mapping. That means that research question and research objective should be mapped. It should not be varied from one to the other. So and verify your alignment of systematic analysis and conclusion. So before forming any research objective, you must ensure that whether it is my research question is fulfilling my research objective or not, whether it is mapping or not. So this kind of analysis we can do. So next one is what are the, so I found some research objective and their scope and limitation, it is existing with all. So what is the next question, what is the characteristics of the good objectives? So first one, it should be very clear, defined outcome. What is the intended outcome of your research objective? That is the first characteristic. Second one, it will be measurable in nature or not. So that means that it should be quantifiable, it qualitative, it should not be like infinite. It is not at all acceptable. Next one, are realistic and achievable within constraints. So that means that every research naturally will having some limitations, right? So in that limitation, whether it is a really within that limitation, whether it is achievable or not. If it is achievable, is the one of the characteristics of the research objective. Second one, whether it is a relevant or aligned to the research question or not. So one more final one, last and final one, time bound. So this is a smart strategy, we can say. That means that my research objective will be taking 10 years. So that kind of research is not at all recommendable in a PhD pursuing time. So better to avoid those kind of objectives. So that means that we must ensure with it should be completed within PhD duration. That you will come to know when you are discussing with your guide. So next one, examples of research objective. Just I am giving tentative example. So it is not compulsory that it should be like that. It may be different problems. So I am giving to analyze existing plant disease detection technique based on deep learning. So what you will do, it will, what is the research object? It will analyze the existing plant disease detection. That means that plant disease detection, it will analyze. What it is analyze? Maybe it depends on the any kind of parameters. Design a robust deep learning model for accurate plant disease classification. That means that the term is here written robust deep learning. What sense you are having? You are saying it is a robust for plant disease identification. So why the existing model don't use the term robust? Why you are using? You should have clear idea. So next one is to extract learn discriminative features from plant leaf images. So that means that to extract learn. So extracting and learning is different concept. Discriminative features. Features is a useful information from plant leaves. Discriminative features mean why they use the discriminative features. That means that one feature, another feature should be have different variations. So that we can say it is a one kind of discriminative features to evaluate the proposed model using standard metrics. So these are the above objectives. So it will evaluate. This is the one of the objectives. So try to understand one concept here. 4 objective was interrelated. It is not deviating from one concept. It is plant disease detection only. All are same technology, deep learning technology. But thing we must understand one thing. So all are related and all are same domain. One more thing also. What is the objective you are performing on research objective 1 that you cannot perform in a research objective 2. So that is a specific part. This is a specific part. These points must remember the when you are forming in a research objectives. So I hope you learn something from this lecture series. If you learn something, please like, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching.